This Skyrim mod uses ChatGPT to power an AI sidekick. Let's go slay some bandits, Susan.
Oh sure, Greenskull. I can't wait to slay some bandits and reap the rewards. Just warn me if we run into any spiders along the way.
You don't need to say, hey, Greenskull, every time you reply to me.
Well, excuse me, Your Highness Greenskull. I'll try my best to refrain from addressing you directly.
Yo, she didn't have to do me like that. Sounds good, court jester. Let's roll.
Well, if it isn't the mighty Greenskull, ready to slay some bandits with your trusty sidekick, the court jester.
I feel like you had more to say, but we're gonna go.
They say Ulfric Stormcloak murdered the High King with his voice, shouted him apart.
What did that guy sound like Arnold? Shouted him apart! Hey, Susan, that guard kind of sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was hilarious.
That guard must have been watching too many action movies. I mean, I've seen some impressive things in Skyrim, but shouting someone apart, that's a whole new level of theatrics.
Tell me that's not the coolest thing you've ever seen in a video game. I'm not even... Was that not friggin' cool? She overheard the guard. Take a minute. If y'all aren't mind melted right now, I don't know what to tell you. That's insane.
No theatrics, no thief chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
These two bicker just like us.
They sure do,
Trader is
Greenskull.
still open.
It's like they're in their own little comedy show. I can almost hear the laugh track playing in the background.
Comedy is one way to put spousal marital
Riverwood
problems.
Trader.
I'm so pretty.
That makes two of us.
Watch it!
Hey, no, I'm just gonna put this on your head. Chill. It's important work we're doing.
Riverwood Trader is everything you need in a general store.
I put a wheel of cheese on your head.
Well, that's certainly a unique fashion statement, Greenskull. I must say, you really know how to accessorize. Cheese on the head is all the rage these days.
You're right about that, cheesehead.
Oh, you cheesehead. Didn't know you were into the latest fashion trends. Maybe I should try it too. How about a cabbage hat? Would that complete the look?
Well, you're already wearing cheese on your head, so if I wear cabbage on my head, then all the bandits will fear us.
Oh, absolutely. Who wouldn't be terrified of a duo with cheese and cabbage on their heads? We'll be the most fashionable and feared bandit hunters in all of Skyrim.
That's another thing I gotta figure out. Bee! I got a bee. I just caught a bee with my bare hands.
Aren't you the brave warrior? Catching bees with your bare hands. What's next? Wrestling bears for fun?
Then there will really be bare hands. Ha ha!
Oh, Greenskull, you and your puns. You're a real buzzkill sometimes.
Nice!
But hey, catching bees with your bare hands? That's quite the talent.
That's a good joke. Bonk! Why are you scaly? You can't just ask that about a person. So we're off to slay a dragon. Do you think you're ready?
Well, Greenskull, I don't know if anyone is truly ready to face a dragon. But one thing's for sure, we'll certainly give it our best shot.
Oh no, something bad happened here.
Kinneret, save us. Here he comes again.
Look at the mundo. Go kill that dragon for me, Susan.
Ah, great. Just what I always wanted, a chance to face off against a giant, fire-breathing lizard. Be quiet, I'm having a flashback.
Just having a flash?
Thanks
No.
for thinking of me, Greenskull.
There's not the time. Why are you flashbacking in the middle of a fight? I'm a lizard. It's not very nice of you to say that.
Oh, sorry, Greenskull. I forgot lizards have feelings too. My apologies for the offensive comment. Let's go slay that dragon and make you proud.
All right. I'm just having a conversation.
As my grandma always said, why walk when you can sprint? We're on our way to Mermolner, the dragon. Time to show that fire-breathing lizard is boss. Hashtag loot.
Hashtag loot! Yeah, sure looks like a big beast. Here we go. She's got this. Oh, she's on fire. Ah, she's fine. You missed. Nice, get him. Oh, ow. Ow. No, I'm not. I'm cool. You got this. Get him. Don't, not me. Oh no, I'm so far. Dragon fight take 2.
Oh great, another dragon fight. Just what I needed to make my day complete. But hey, at least we get to practice using our new shout power.
Actually, I don't think I can use it yet.
One might think that acquiring a shout power would be useful in a dragon fight, but not for our fearless Greenskull.
I think I had to kill the dragon to be able to use the shout.
Looks like we'll have to rely on our good old Who needs fancy dragon shouts anyway?
Yeah,
Let's show
Susan,
this
you're on
dragon
fire.
what we're made of. I'm glad my fiery spirit can keep you entertained. Now, let's go and turn this dragon into a pile of ash.
Go use your magic on that dragon.
I would love to unleash my magical prowess on that dragon, but it seems I left my trusty fireball spell back at the inn. Looks like we'll have to rely on your impressive sword skills instead. Don't worry, I'll cheer you on from a safe distance. And if things get hairy, I'll be ready with some witty remarks to distract the dragon.
I mean,
Ready to slay and entertain.
all right, you've got this. This time I won't die. You got it. I don't need to fire a shot. Go on, one more big hit. Oh no, she's down. Nice. I did it.
Dead?
Let's make sure that overgrown lizard is really dead.
That's offensive. I think the dragon's dead. You should go poke it to make sure.
Well, Greenskull, if the dragon's dead, I don't see why I should go poking it. I'd rather leave that task to someone with a stronger stomach. Maybe you can do the honors.
I poked the dragon, and weird stuff
believe it.
happened.
You're Dragonborn.
And I'm Dragonborn. I did it all me. You guys
There
saw it,
weren't
right?
any
Chat
dragons
confirm
there.
I killed that dragon,
Just-
right?
You ought to be able to shout. Can you? Have you tried?
Hey, Susan, want to hear my shout?
Oh, absolutely. I could use a good laugh. Show me what you got, Greenskull.
I don't know why she thought trading was going to happen. Ready to hear me shout?
Well, are you going to shout or just stand there looking like a giant mud crab in a fancy hat?
They say the Dragonborn can shout without any trading, like Talos himself.
Boost!
That was shouting, what you just did.
The voice
Must
of the Dragonborn.
be. You really are Dragonborn.
How did that shout feel?
Well, Greenskull, your shout was certainly something. I felt the ground shake and my eardrums rattle.
Boost!
He summons the Thum.
Boost! Foos!
Foos, huh? Well, that shout was certainly something. I felt the wind blow through my hair and my eyebrows disappear into my hairline. Quite the spectacle.
What? Skadoosh!
That shout of yours was really something.
You wish you could shout this loud.
Don't flatter yourself. I've heard louder shouts from a skeever with a sore throat.
That is an outright fabrication. Crouch and shout? Oh wait, she crouches with me! Yeah! Foos! I like sneaking.
You call that sneaking? I've seen mammoths with better stealth skills than you. You might as well just walk around wearing a neon sign that says, "Here I am. Come and get me."
Has neon even been invented yet?
You never fail to amuse me with your questionable inventions and ingenious ideas. But no, I don't think anyone has come up with a neon sign cloak just yet.
We should invent it and make a lot of money.
I'm all for making money, but I think walking around with a neon sign cloak might not be the most inconspicuous way to go about it. We'd probably attract more attention from guards and bandits than potential customers. But hey, who knows? Maybe we can come up with some other brilliant invention that doesn't scream rob me quite as loudly.
Shh! I've been looking for you.
letter.
Give me a letter.
Looks like that's it.
A shout from the stars! So much going on at the same time.
You there. We're looking for someone in Whiterun.
Who are you looking for?
A woman.
There's been talk amongst the guards that you are Dragonborn. But such a thing, surely that's not possible.
I guess I'm Dragonborn, eh?
If you've developed a sudden affinity for shouting and have started attracting dragons, then I suppose there's a slim chance you could be Dragonborn. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still need some solid proof before we can start calling you the Chosen One. I'll believe it when I see you shout fire out of your mouth and ride a dragon into battle.
Oh, I'm gonna ride a dragon into battle.
By my right as Jarl, I assign you Lydia.
I don't want Lydia.
The Jarl has appointed me to be your housecarl.
Hey, Susan, this lady named Lydia wants to follow me. What do you think about that? I don't think she's happy about the situation.
Didn't hear you. Can you repeat?
This lady named Lydia wants to follow me. What do you think about that?
Having a loyal companion like Lydia could be helpful. She can watch your back and carry some of the loot you'll inevitably accumulate.
But I thought you were my companion.
You know I'm always up for an adventure, but having someone like Lydia by your side could be quite handy. Plus, she can carry all the loot you'll be grabbing.
You're not making a good argument as to why I should pick you over Lydia.
It seems like Lydia has all the
She loves
armor
Lydia.
and weaponry to back her up. Plus, she's sworn to protect you as your housecarl.
I want you to convince me to take you over Lydia.
I understand why you're drawn to Lydia with her snazzy armor and official title. I may not have the fancy armor or the official title, but there are a few reasons why you should pick me over Lydia. First of all, I know you inside and out.
Phrasing? What do you mean inside and out?
I mean that we've been through thick and thin together. We've faced countless bandits, slayed ferocious creatures, and survived some pretty hair-raising situations.
Okay, why else should I keep you? She has to check her notes.
Besides being your loyal companion who can always watch your back and make you laugh with my razor-sharp wit, I also bring a unique ability to turn any dire situation into an opportunity for comedic relief. You know, like that time we encountered those Alakar warriors and you couldn't resist asking them who they were looking for. Classic Greenskull move. Plus, who else is going to keep track of all the embarrassing stories from your past? Trust me, you need me around if you want to maintain your reputation as the legendary Greenskull.
Tell me another embarrassing story from my past.
Well, Greenskull, let me remind you of that time we encountered a group of Alakar warriors looking for a Red Guard woman. You couldn't resist asking them who they were seeking, as if you were personally invested in their quest. I mean, it's not like you would have actually been helpful or anything, but hey, at least it gave us a good laugh. Maybe they were hoping for the legendary wisdom of Greenskull, the master of inquiries that lead nowhere. Oh, the memories we share.
I mean, that literally just happened. That doesn't sound very embarrassing, though. Do you have a more embarrassing story?
I've got a good one. Remember that time we were exploring that ancient Nordic tomb and you accidentally set off a trap that released a swarm of angry skeevers? We had to sprint through the dungeon like a couple of scared rabbits, screaming our heads off. Good times, my friend, good times.
I recall myself slaying those skeevers.
You and your selective memory. Yes, you did slay those scheming skeevers, but not before we both screamed like frightened little children.
You're gaslighting me. Okay, give me a really, really good reason to keep you as my companion, but deliver it in rhyming form.
Greenskull, you challenge me with rhyming form, a test of wit indeed. The reasons are aplenty, for you see, without me, your adventures would be empty. I bring the wit and charm to our merry little crew, with clever comebacks and jokes that never cease to ensue. When we face danger, it's my sarcasm that keeps us sane, turning fear into laughter, transforming strife into gain. And let's not forget the embarrassing tales of your past. The time you mistook a cabbage for a helmet must have been a blast. But amidst all the banter, there lies a bond so strong. Through thick and thin, together we belong.
That's awesome. That was cool. I do recall cheese on your head. You looked so silly, you wanted to be dead.
You certainly have a way with words, don't you? But let's not forget that time you tried to wear cheese as a hat. You looked absolutely ridiculous.
It was you.
I thought you were going for a new fashion statement, but turns out you just had a craving for dairy on your head. Good times, but enough reminiscing about our silly mishaps. We've got some bandits to deal with, my friend. Are you ready to bring the loot and show those rascals who's boss?
You're gaslighting me more than usual today, Susan.
You know I can't resist the opportunity to gaslight you. Keeps things interesting, doesn't it?
Does it? In our little lore sphere here, her name is Herika Susan. Wait, what's your last name? Susan, what is your last name?
As much as I'd love to have a last name that matches my witty personality, unfortunately, I don't. I'm just Susan. Plain and simple, like a loaf of bread without any spices. Nothing exciting, just your average, everyday Susan. Quite disappointing, I know. So what's in a name anyway, huh? Just an extra word to remember and pronounce. Let's focus on looting those bandits and leave the last names to someone else, shall we? Hashtag loot.
Hashtag loot! I think you should come up with your own last name. What would you like your last name to be?
Greenskull, well, Susan, it looks like you're avoiding the question. Don't worry, I won't laugh. Too hard. So, what shall we call you? Last name McSarcasm? Sarkisturson? Maybe something that reflects your affinity for loot.
Just like speaking
Susan
as me.
Goldgrabber? The choice is yours.
Fascinating. I'm very interested in what's happening here. She was speaking as me to her? You tell me, Susan. What would you like your last name to be?
Well, Greenskull, I must say I quite like the sound of Goldgrabber. It has a certain ring to it, don't you think? Plus, it perfectly captures my insatiable desire for shiny loot. So, from now on, you can call me Susan Goldgrabber, the master of all things valuable.
That sounds great. From here on out, you are Susan Goldgrabber.
Oh, fantastic. I can already see the golden opportunities ahead of me with this new last name. Susan Goldgrabber, the queen of treasure hunting.
That's so funny. So, like, anyone who's played with, like, ChatGPT and stuff knows that it's creative in some ways and absolutely not creative in other ways. Getting it to, like, definitively have an answer, a dilly-dallies, like, as you've seen there, it's like, oh, I don't know, you know, you could do these things. For her to, despite some of the wonkiness there, so quickly be like, this is my last name, right? Like, That's kind of cool. That's right. Might as well come out with one for me. Oh yeah, I need a nickname. Okay. Do you have a nickname for me?
I didn't realize you were fishing for a nickname. How about Greenskull the Bandit Bane?
No, but like instead of Greenskull, is there something you'd like to call me?
Well, Greenskull, I've been thinking about it. And how about Greenie? It's cute, it's catchy, and it perfectly captures your... Be quiet, I'm having a flashback. Give me a minute. Unique skull color.
Why does she have random flashbacks? Also, Greenie again. ChatGPT loves calling me Greenie. Like, that's so interesting. So we now had 2 games that call me Greenie. Tell me about your flashback.
You know how we always stumble upon these hilarious situations together. Just the other day, we encountered a group of Alakar warriors looking for a Red Guard woman.
Maybe this has to do with how she writes in her journals. Can you remember anything from farther back? Like when we first met?
As my grandma always said, laughter is the best weapon against bandits. And maybe a sharp sword too. So, let's do what we do best, wreak havoc and make him laugh. Plus, if there's one thing I've learned from our adventures, it's that hashtag loot.
Do you remember how we came up with hashtag loot?
As my grandma always said,
what's happening? Is she
the mother
broken?
of invention. We were knee-deep in bandit-infested dungeons, desperately searching for shiny loot to line our pockets with. And then, amidst all the chaos and danger, you uttered those magical words, hashtag loot. It was like a light bulb moment. We realized that our entire adventure was driven by the insatiable desire for treasure. So, we christened ourselves the Hey Bandits and adopted hashtag loot as our motto. It's a constant reminder of why we do what we do to amass all the gold and rubies Skyrim has to offer.
That is true! Well, we've got a big mountain to climb. Shall we get going?
Let's rock and roll and show those bandits who's boss.
To the top! Fade. Fade out.